The head pin going off the lane last, and that's the 9. And the score is going to show you that this game is well in hand. Riga Kalfas with the triple gives him 50 in the second, double working. Jerry Eckel is open twice.
I've talked about timing before. You can see how good Riga's timing is. He's so solid at the line.
There you're right at the bottom of the swing. Just lifts up so powerfully through the shot, Jennifer. You're absolutely right. A lot of paper left indeed, but we've got a man that's struggling, and we've got a man that's doing this, just ripping the bottom out of the ball. There we go again. Now, left-hand side of your screen. Watch the 7-pin. There you go. It's out of there early, and then the right-hand side, the 10-pin, goes out a little late, but it's a great shot.
It's close.
All right. Jerry gets on track there.
Riga was our match game champion in '87. Jerry, does he have... He's got 6 300 games, as I said before, all bowled after the age of 43.
Yeah, I mentioned in the opening, too, a little vested interest here several years ago. As a matter of fact, it was the very first show I ever made as a contestant. Jerry and I bowled on this pair of lanes, hammer and tong. We went at it for a while, and that particular day he came out on top, and he's got to just throw chicken tracks from here on out if he wants a shot at Riga. Going right straight through the heart again.
You bowled here against him on the same pair?
Same pair.
You're kidding me.
It was like 15 years ago. Well, maybe it was only 5.
Come on now. Well, the Schillermobile has arrived. Got a beautiful Thunderbird.
Hey, top of the morning to you.
Ford Thunderbird valued at $16,371, ready to be given away in the event of a 300 game this morning. And it's got lots of options.
Lots of stuff on it, huh?
Lots of stuff.
I think
lots of toys.
I think, too, Tom and Todd told me that if they do have the opportunity to give it away, it will be complete with a bucket of chicken and a 6-pack of what we all have come to know as the best beer in the world, Hudepohl.
Of course, you like your Bach beer. I'm going to stick to my Little King.
This time of year. Look at this. Look at this. Absolutely fantastic. Jennifer, we can't say enough about Riga Kalfas. You know, he's, like you said, he was our match game champion. Started bowling at age 8. He's got a couple of 300s. You are looking at the score, and you're looking at a lopsided match as of this point. 74, Jerry Eckel in the 5th. Riga Kalfas is stringing him, and he looks good again.
Yes, he does. And he's got lots of money behind him from these past, what was it, 6 weeks he was our king?
Yeah, 6 continuous weeks.
And the way he's looking today, he's going to be ready to start back on track to 6 more.
It's close. The ball did not roll off that time. Didn't quite catch it at the bottom of the swing, and on the replay, we'd probably be able to see the ball not going into roll. Now, let's look. Okay, he got it wider. He was hitting board 11. That time he hit 10. Now, see, right there where it normally just charges back and drives through, it deflects, leaving the 3-5, 6-9, the right-hander's bucket.
The chicken bucket.
The chicken bucket.
The least famous recipe.
In this particular case. Now, this is not an easy spare, but Riga is pretty accurate. He wants to put the ball between the 3 and the 5 pin. Just like that.
Riga then, well, assuming that he's going to win here, he will go on to meet Bob Schoemer in the next match.
Game 2, we're going to be looking forward to the Golden Ball contest. We're going to try to give away $800 this week.
This is really getting exciting, isn't it? $800.
Jerry's just totally lost. I'd hate to say it, but the party looks like it's over. When it's not your day, you just can't pull it together sometimes. Jennifer, you've been there before.
Oh, I know. Too many times. Too many times. Well, he'll shake this one off to experience. I'm sure we'll see him back.
I think he's made it almost every year for the last 20 years as you watch him pick up the spare. He's been qualifying in the King qualifiers for 20 years.
He's got 11-4 record, 11 wins, 4 losses. That's a good record.
Boy, if that was a pitcher, he'd be making a lot of money right now.
Oh, yeah, millions.
Favorite hobbies? He likes to do a little woodworking in the basement, a little whittling, a little lathe making. I think he makes some furniture too. Jerry's a talented man. He's a talented bowler. Just not to be today. Riga Kalfas is hot.
He is hot. No question about it. On a roll right now.
About as hot as those pants he's wearing.
Absolutely.
I tell you.
I think he's changing his luck. In the past, he's hit on his lucky red pants for 6 weeks in a row. Now he lost. He's going to change his little strategy there.
Well, I guess I could go with that. That sounds good to me.
Sounds as good as any.
Riga Kalfas, lane 14, came off the string with a bucket. Let's see if he gets back on track. And so often when we see a bowler go wide on a shot, the next shot's going to go a little high, but watch it on the replay. We're going to trip out the 6 and the 4. Those are the 2 pins to the second pins from each side of your screen. Now watch it here. It's going to cut sharply. That's a hit pin going straight back. 3 pin to the right wall, 2 pin to the left wall. Now watch this action. Boom, boom. Out of here. A couple of crossbody blocks.
When you got good roll on the ball, as Riga does, you can carry that stuff. I'll tell you, it's a true talent to trip out the 6 for the left-hander or the 4 for the right-hander.
Exactly.
When you're tripping that all day, you're doing well.
You betcha. And did he trust that ball? Holy smokes. Red C strike. Let's see it on the split screen. We can show the reaction of the ball and the bowler. Riga Kalfas looks great. Gives it a little extra area, a little more turn. Does he like it? You bet he does. Yeah, a little reaction.
Jerry's not going to bow out of here without showing us what exactly he is made of. He can strike, I'll tell you. Just having a bad day.
Yeah, I guess he can strike. He qualified for the show, shooting .715 last week here at LaRue Lanes. Riga shooting .718. And Ralph Goyette losing in the roll-off prior to our TV coverage, shooting .195 for Mr. Eckel to .190. 190 was a loser today, and Jerry Eckel is still lost. But Tommy's not lost. Here he is. just hit the door, and he'll be joining us in Game 2.
We'll be looking at the Golden Ball contest next, won't we, Dave?
That's right. We're going to be coming right back with that in just a few minutes. We're going to finish this game up. Jerry Eckel marking in the 10th frame. A lot of pride in these bowlers. Even if you're out of the match, you know, you just like to finish and give a creditable showing. If he strikes, it'll give him 180. Riga Kalfas, without throwing a ball, already has 196.
Qualifying today will be going on at Penn House in St. Bernard, as we said before. Next week we'll be coming from Penn House, but we will be qualifying at Holly Lanes next week. Saturday and Sunday starting at 9 a.m. both days, shifts every hour and a half. And we'd like to see some new faces out there with David Newrath and myself.
All right.
There you go.
All right,
Well, what do you think here? Are we going to make a prediction for next game? Are we not going to touch it?
Well, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay out of it this time.
Okay.
Riga, if he strikes on the next ball in the 10th, will finish out with 266.
And he will go on to meet Bob Schoemer, 23 years of age, from Cincinnati.
Or Cincinnati, depending upon which side of town you're from.
Or how
right?
German you are, or something like that. Or how Irish.
All right, Master.
The Riga train, pumped up, full boilers, headed south. This man is going to be tough today.
And our king, of course, is Ron Pollard, who dethroned Riga last week.
Gee, Jen, you think he'd like to make it to that last match?
Oh, you betcha.
Absolutely right. Riga Kalfas 266 with a strike on this ball. Jerry Eckel 180. How about 263? Not all bad. Great match, a congratulatory. And we are going to go to the Golden Ball contest. So don't get up yet. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that part of the show where we get to give away some extra money. Split the pot with a home contestant. This is it, the BPA Golden Ball contest. And Kathy, we're going to choose a couple of players, one from the audience and again one from the homeless. What do we got here? What's going on?
Well, I'll choose them.
Okay, let me explain to you how we're going to work this, of course. The studio contestant will come down and try to knock down 10 pins. Should they do that, they're going to split $800 this week with a home contestant. If they get 9 pins, we're going to give away 9 free games of bowling and a bicentennial T-shirt. Can't forget that in this bicentennial year. Kathy, who we've got playing today?
Our home viewer is an A.R. Miller from Cincinnati, Ohio. And our TV viewer is Mike Hagee.
Mike Hagee, come on down. Now, Mike's going to attempt to take the 14K ball and knock down as many as you can. Mike, we're going to get out of your way here. Wish you a lot of luck. $800. Be nice to have on St. Patrick's Day, Kathy.
Yes. Try to get a green suit.
Look out! Look, mix it up. Oh, hey, Mike, come on over here. Congratulations, way to go. We're gonna get that to you now. Remember, everybody, if you want to become a home viewer and a contestant in this, write to the BPA Golden Ball Contest, 1821 Summit Road, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45237. There you go. 2 beauties, both with vested interest in today. One brother-sister combination, and that's the wife of, not this man. We're not going to marry Bob off yet. Bob just twirls the ball like nobody's business. He is a strong young man, and he throws pins everywhere. Tommy, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. Good morning. I'd like to thank you and Jen for so admirably manning the controls here and out working on the BPA float for tomorrow. Of course, the St. Patty's Day parade. Lost track of time. Absolutely no clue what's going on. I need somebody like Jen around to kind of help me out.
Yeah, Tommy, actually, he doesn't want to bring it up, but we drew straws last week, Jennifer, Tommy, and myself, and the short straw had to clean the limo for the parade, and that's...
And I'm out of luck. Or in luck, whichever way you care to look at it.
And I lost, and I sent it to my husband.
Lane 13, Riga Kalfas opens with a 10-pin.
He looks to pick that up, and he does so with no problems.
Would like to thank World of Bowling for the Golden Ball Contest. They, as all of our sponsors, have just been doing a fantastic job. World of Bowling, place where you want to go if you've got some equipment needs. Big Bob, right lane, lane 14, LaRue lanes, and look how he just kind of steadies it there, Tommy. He is strong.
For the folks at home, I mean, it's very apparent that Bob has a style all his own. Is that just something, Dave, I guess, when he started, he just developed?
Well, it's, he's picked apart other people's games, and he's taken certain elements of those games and adapted it to his. And what you see is, a little bit of the steadying ball, a la the spook Carmen Salvino, And then you see a little bit of the power players like the Steve Cook from the tour, that powerful rotation. His concentration was disrupted there. He's looking back into the stands.
Sometimes, we hear the crowd occasionally,
We call that a balk, don't we? A balk? Is that a balk?
That's exactly right. That is exactly right. But there is no one on base, so he's not in any trouble.
Opening day, 3 weeks away, right, Tommy?
Yeah, April. Whoa!
Holy Toledo!
Or in this case, Alexandria. This ball is going to show you what I just talked about. Can he twirl it up? Can he throw pins? Now watch the ball go through the head pin. Center your screen. It's going to go through that. Now the second pin it hits as a 3. Now watch the 5 right there. Zap out of here. Left side's annihilated. 10-pin was going down, but even if it wouldn't have been, we had a blocker coming across. That man throws one powerful ball.
And Bob Schoemer has started the match with 2 strikes. This is Riga Kalfas in frame number 2. He started the match with a spare. And 10 more down in the pit.
263 his first game, Tommy. The vintage Riga Kalfas that we're so used to seeing. 263 opener.
263.
Yeah. Kind of an odd number, He lost a few more pins than count.
Right. That'll help the show average a bit.
which to date, as a matter of fact, is 221 through 48 games. Not too shabby.
Not at all. And like David said, a large part of that very high average is the man you're looking at, Riga Kalfas, our king 6 consecutive weeks, and was dethroned last week by Ron Pollard. But he wants to get another crack at it.
The left lane, the lane where he went wide in game number 1 and left the 3-5-6-9, once more gets him the 3-pin this time. There you see it. Not a difficult spare at all. You actually have 22 inches of area to make most of the single pin spares that appear on the lane surface, and therefore no excuse to miss them.
Riga, we're going to look to pick up the spare, which David said should not be too difficult, and he doesn't have any problems.
Folks, when you're working at home on your spare game, and let me remind you, you have to work on your spares. Don't be one of these people that go out and practice and hit the button after the first shot. You'll want to work on your spares, and when it's a single pin spare, try to concentrate on hitting it dead in the middle of the pin. Don't just knock it down. Hit it dead in the middle. Look at this ball.
Wow. You talk about going wide. That might have been the widest shot I've seen this year to come back.
To hit this strongly, let's see if we can pick up what he did. Now watch, bottom of the swing, his wrist. Look at the cup wrist position. Now here, just straps the ball for all it's worth. It hits the second arrow. It goes out to the third board, Tommy. Watch this ball. Headpin's going to go to the left. The ball's just going to drive right through and take everything. What a shot.
He just flushed it. Take a look at the score.
3 frames, 3 strikes. We got a Thunderbird right now out in the parking lot, ready for Bob Schoemer.
And there's number 4. Yeah, he really is.
Concentration looks great.
So Riga Kalfas has got his hands full. You talked about that 300 and the folks from West Hills Ford once again.
Todd Schiller has brought us a beautiful Thunderbird, totally loaded. Lots of buttons and toys.
Why don't
My kind of car.
They ought to bring it for the announcers sometime. What do you think?
I
would have made it here a little bit
excellent.
more quickly, I think, in that this morning.
I think I might send the car around for you next week.
Wouldn't be a bad idea. Riga Kalfas and low.
Ouch.
I tell you what a shot. Is he disappointed or what? What a ball. Solid shot. Let's take a look at the footwork a little bit of Riga Kalfas and then watch the stone 10. Now watch his foot. As he plants and throws the ball, the foot's straight, perfectly straight. Now, right there, after the ball leaves his hand and the weight transfers, his toe kind of points to the left to offset it. A little high in the pocket, no break coming off the wall, solid 10.
Dave, some of the bowlers we've seen this year, some get very close to the line, others are further away when they let the ball go. Does that have anything to do with success at all?
Not really, Tommy. Again, it's whatever's comfortable for you. Obviously, when a guy shoots a foul shot, you know, I'm sure they do the same thing. Don't know that much about basketball, but the line is there for a reference point. It's not really that important. An extra inch or 2 in length is not going to make a difference.
I think it's just whatever you're comfortable with.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, Bob Schoemer is very comfortable at this point. This is Riga Kalfas, but Bob Schoemer, it's just like kicking back on a Sunday afternoon on the couch. He's opened up with 4 consecutive strikes. There's Riga's first of the match.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do, too, with the fact he knows he's got a tough opponent, and the tough opponents are going to be right back after we look at a few important announcements from the sponsors.
At LaRue last week, Ron Pollard shot a .218, defeating champ Riga Kalfas to become our current king. Lee's famous recipe salutes Ron Pollard on becoming this week's King of Bowling.
Want to go bowling?
I'd be delighted.
Come on, get with it. Let's share the fun. Grab the flavor, that's number 1. I know the way that it's just right. Make mine delight. Make mine delight. Make mine delight.
Hi,
I'm John Gann. I've been a PBA member for 4 years. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that when you're competing against the best, your equipment has to be the best. And nobody knows this better than the people in the world of bowling.
You don't have to be a pro bowler to get the pro treatment. Just stop in the world of bowling and let us show you how we can improve your game.
Remember, you don't have to be a pro to be treated like one.
Today's bowling tip is being brought to you by West Hills Ford.
Our sport has come a long way in the last 10 years. So far, in fact, that it's been a real challenge to keep up with all the changing facets of this great game. The ABC is the governing body for the sport as we know it. They draft the rules and then they enforce them. And in the past, they've had some difficulties in the consistency of their lane dressing rule. But the American Bowling Congress has taken a step forward to simplify one aspect for us. Now we have the option. Simply put, if the dressing is not applied past the 26-foot point on our 60-foot lane, it's okay. The crown or ratio of oil to dry from side to side means nothing. Anything goes for the first 26 feet. Well, almost anything.
Today's bowling tip has been brought to you by West Hills Ford.
Welcome back, and David Schoemer a commanding lead through 4.
Bob Schoemer's got the hot hand right now, and he's got as much area as he wants. That's pretty evident by the one shot. He got a little wide and just completely annihilated the rack.
Schoemer looks for his 5th consecutive strike, and down they go.
The commercial break had absolutely no effect on him. And the thing that startled me, Tommy, we looked at his sheet, and Jennifer, he's never hit a 300.
No, he sure hasn't. 298. He's been bowling since age 10. He started bowling at Western Bowl. And he bowls, this is a diehard fan now. You're going to have to talk to your wife again, Dave, right? Bowls 5 times a week, 5 leagues, and bowls the King of TV qualifiers every Saturday and Sunday.
Look
so
at this.
He's bowling every day.
50 to 75 games.
50 to 75. Get it.
Well,
Well, not this game. Going to put that Thunderbird on hold for one more game.
That's right. The bird will be circling for game number 3. Bob Schoemer just pulled the ball up again. Unlimited area to the right. Why do bowlers pull the ball when you just have so much area to the right? Nobody knows. We're human, though, right?
That's exactly right. Wow. Look at him. Did he get a break?
The side.
Not the way you want to try to make that at home, folks. Try to stay away from the rail shots.
Bob there talking to Charlie Goldfuss, our fine host this morning, and his daughter Kim,
Connie
who
Wagner.
just got engaged, by the way.
Yes.
Connie Wagner. Yeah, she did.
I know she did. Congratulations.
You mentioned Connie Wagner. He's here from the Hudepohl Brewery, Tony Plank, and Kenny Ewald from the Norkey Distributors. We'd like to thank them for coming out this morning.
Those guys are diehards out here.
They are
every week.
diehards.
Well, Riga Kalfas got some kind of opening, and that's the way you want to try to get right back in this match.
Well, when your opponent comes out of the starting blocks with the first 5, you know, that's going to have an effect on most people. But what we've talked about week after week, Tommy, is the intense concept. Look at his face. I think he's oblivious to the fact that he's bowling on TV or in a match play. I think all he knows is that he has to go from point A to point B and make a good shot and hopefully knock 10 pins down.
He's got to knock 10 down the rest of the way here. Riga Kalfas looking for back-to-back Ks, not going to get it.
I want to, we'll bring this shot up on the replay for one reason. He's great. He's been great. But watch, this ball gets down short right here. Not the loft that we're used to seeing out of Riga. About 1.5 feet or 2 foot shorter. The ball comes in. Now, at this point, he knows it's going to be high. He's going to try to break it up with his body English. And he does. He gets a break. Leaves a fairly easy spare, the 4-7.
Well, he was very lucky on that to break that up.
It seems like Riga's having problems, Dave, on lane 13, the left lane, which we're on here today at LaRue. Picks up the spare, but spares don't catch strikes. And Riga's gone through 7 frames.
Well, the pair of 13 and 14 at LaRue has yielded some very, very high scores over the years, Tommy, as was evident in Game 1 with the 260 Primo. Also, though, once in a while, it will play more competitively, give the bowlers a little bit of a challenge. But these two players are eating this place up. They're making it look at this.
You knew that was 10 in the pit when he let it go.
Exactly. And if we can pick it up on the replay here, the reaction you want to see on the 6-pin. Let's isolate the whole focus of what we're looking at here on the 6-pin, which is the second pin from the right-hand side of your screen. Don't watch anything else but this. You want to see the reaction? Now watch this. Boom. Cross body block into the 10. The 6-pin's working. Overtime, give him a bonus check.
Boy, now he got that one in way deep, like around 12 or 13, and the last one went out. That just shows you how much area he's got. Unbelievable.
You guys mentioned it. He just feels so comfortable out here today. And, you know, if you're Riga, what do you got to be saying?
Well, Riga knows that Schoemer is here to play. And Schoemer was here to play. 278, as you can see, striking out 7th through the 10th frame. Bone crushers, every one. Perfect except for the 6th frame. Riga Kalfas did not have it today, finishing with the big 5 in the 10th frame. But again, he'll be back. And 188 to 278, the championship round. We'll be right back.
Last week, during our untelevised Youth King of Bowling, Jonathan Baker shot a 650 with handicap at LaRue to become our Youth Bowler of the Week. Pepsi, the choice of a new generation, salutes Jonathan Baker.
Want to go bowling?
I'd be delighted.
Come on, get with it. Let's share the fun. Grab the flavor, that's the number one. I know the beer that it's just right. Make mine delight. Make mine delight. Make mine delight.
Hi, I'm Mike Schott, Vice President of Cincinnati's Brewery. We're proud to sponsor the King of Bowling show each week because it brings together two great traditions, Cincinnati brewing and bowling, both of which have been part of Cincinnati's rich history. This show is really your show, and your support over the past 25 years has made the show the second longest running sports program in America, second only to another great Cincinnati tradition, Major League Baseball. At the turn of the century, Cincinnati was recognized as the brewing capital of the world. Today, the best beers in the world are still brewed right here in Cincinnati by our brewmasters. Christian Moerlein, the first American beer to pass Reinheitsgebot, Germany's strict 400-year-old purity law. Little King's Cream Ale, judged first in its class and awarded a gold medal at the Great American Beer Festival. Hudie Gold, our finest premium lager beer. Hudie Delight, Cincinnati's own light beer, brewery fresh and full of flavor. And Burger, a proud beer with a great baseball tradition. Who can ever forget Wade Hoyt? Cincinnati celebrated beers are the official beers of the bicentennial. And we thank you, Cincinnati, for your continuing support of the great Cincinnati brewing.
Welcome back. We were talking about the lovely Durking ladies, and there you see Sue Durking with the curly hair. Just to her left, her daughter Joey, and then Cammie in the black sweater. Cammie is a sports anchor in Reno, Nevada, and I'll tell you, that is a fine, fine-looking group of women. And Dave, I know you will agree with that.
I'll agree with that too.
Yeah.
No problem.
That's right. The only finer-looking thing that I've seen today is the arm swing on this guy. My goodness, he has just.
It looks good, but it doesn't look that good. Okay. I mean, you know, you can go so far with certain things.
Well, I understand, Tommy, but you know, I'm a real aficionado of the game of bowling, so I have to evaluate things that way. He looks great.
And here is our king, Ron Pollard, and he starts off in king fashion. 10 in the pit.
He's got his hands full. He better start off in king fashion. He's got Bob Schoemer breathing down his neck this night. Prediction, Dave? Come on. Dare do.
250 or better to win. How's
The
that?
higher game wins.
That means
or-
the jinx is on. That means the jinx is on.
The one who knocks down the most pins will win this game.
Bam. You see the reaction. Ron Pollard wants a second week.
Ron Pollard, normally the laid-back kind of guy, not today. He wants that kingship one more time, playing about the 13th board, deeper than we've seen the other players at. 1-3 pocket annihilated. He comes into frame. Get out of the way, Pollard. We want to watch your strike.
Ron was telling me, folks, do you think Pollard takes this game seriously? Last week, of course, we were at Eastgate Lanes. Pollard lives in Versailles, Indiana. He stayed overnight the night before, right out at Eastgate, to make sure he was ready the next day. Bob Schoemer's ready.
I tell you what, we are going to watch a game. Now watch the 5-pin. Second one back, middle of your screen is going to go left so hard and so quick, it's going to be like a rocket. It's going to be hit right. Launch the 5 now. Bingo. Into the 7. Out of here. That's the head pin going from left to right across your screen. Nothing left. He's got the black Columbia U-Dot singing.
Dave, I know I've asked you this before, but with a guy who puts so much hook on the ball and with so much velocity, you would think that a guy like this would have arm problems.
Look at his arms, though, Tommy. He's, you know, you're in sports a lot, and you're around the football guys and even the baseball players. Everybody is developing more of a physical nature in the game. He is strong. He can do that much more easily than a guy like Ron Pollard, for example, who has to be more accurate and depend on pure roll and pure rhythm to do the job rather than muscle.
And pure strikes.
Well, I'm telling you, he's one player over another I'm not going to pick, but this ball I'm going to pick to knock 10 in a pit. Easy to do on a replay,
Yeah,
right?
I was getting ready to say.
But watch it. It's going to deflect a little to the right after it hits. Now watch. Boom, boom to the right, and then it catches a roll again. Out of here. 10 in the pit. Ron Pollard's hot. Bob Schoemer's hot. They both started with the first 3. We got 2 cars. Are there 2 cars?
We'll have 2. We'll have them bring it over. Oh, thanks, Dave. That's what Ron just said. Thanks, Dave.
That didn't take long.
Did he go a little high on that, it looked like?
Well, no, the ball rolled off so sharply, we'll see on a replay, Tommy, that he actually leaves the pin that the ball should take out. Now, it should deflect a little more to the right here, but then it catches the roll. It bounces off the 3-pin, takes a hard shot to the left, and goes right by the 9. Tough break on a great shot. Really a good shot.
Shouldn't have any problems with the spare, and he doesn't. But first frame without a strike.
I'll tell you what, if we can predict that Ronnie maybe is going to win, we will have a brother and sister king-queen combo, because Regina Snodgrass, his sister, was the queen this week. That'd be interesting.
That's right. Both players, you see it, perfect through 3. Ronnie coming off with a stone 9 in the 4th frame. Bob Schoemer is our last chance this week. Keep the string alive. And he pulls the ball right through the nose.
You know, he obviously did not go as wide that time as he has been. And that accounted, I would imagine, just for it coming high.
Exactly. All that power and all the revolutions, Tommy, will give you the powerful striking ball. It'll also be less forgiving when you pull the ball.
Well, this is a difficult spare. This was a spare which Riga Kalfas had to try to shoot at the opposite side last game and only got 1.
Tommy, let me tell you what just happened there. He's on a triple. He throws a bad ball. He only gets 5, half of the pins. The count was devastating. Then, instead of taking 3 pins, which in essence would have been 6 because of the strike in the previous frame, he takes 1. In 1 frame, he gave away 12 pins.
You do not want to do that when you are facing Ron Pollard, who is our current king. But Schoemer's been on a roll. That was his first pair of bad shots of the game. And he comes right back with a strike, and we've talked about before, that's the mark of a good player.
Exactly right. Don't get unnerved with a bad shot. Don't over-adjust. Just go up and do what you know you can do, and that's strike. Do. Lee's famous recipe and Hudepohl.
It's about that time, isn't it?
Yeah,
Happy hour?
Well, I can really go. That sounds good. I agree with that. Ron Pollard. 10 more. Got back online that time.
The reaction out of Ron Pollard today, Jennifer, is more than I'm used to seeing. He's a little more theatrical today, adjusting the glasses. Let's adjust our sets on this one. Watch the pins. 1-3 pocket filled up. Ronnie Pollard is looking anxiously as he watches the head pin go to the wall. Yes!
$750 on the way. That'll get anybody excited, won't it?
Jen, tell us a little bit about Ron.
Well, I think what's interesting is...
That was interesting. You're absolutely right.
That was
on cue right there.
A completely errant shot. We can see that he's not going to hit his mark on this one at all. He's going to go way wide. He knows it immediately because it needs help. He's thinking, oh no, head pin. Now look at it. Center your screen, go to the wall, come off. Kicks into the 4. The 4 takes the 2 pin this way.
As I was going to tell you, what was interesting is that he started bowling in Feshoo, Japan, at the age of 6.
Excuse me, you didn't know I could speak several different
We
languages,
didn't know that.
did you? Okay.
Yeah, we did. It's just something we've never heard
That
of
was evident.
Well, Bob Schoemer is, the only language he's speaking is 10 down and re-rack them.
Starts out with 3. Terrible shot, just a complete mental lapse in the 4th frame. Comes back with 2 fantastic shots in the 5th and 6th frame. There is a 22-pin deficit at this point. You're looking at the man who's behind. But we have seen him throw some powerful, powerful strikes.
Boy, he really is.
Well, if he continues to do that, Jennifer, he's going to keep the pressure on Ronnie Pollard.
Those pins are just, both of the players, really, the pins are going so hard left to right, just swishing them out.
There you see it, 22-pin deficit. Bob Schoemer down, but he's got a triple working. Technically cuts it by 10, but Ron Pollard is up. Right lane, LaRue lanes, and look out.
Oh, look at Ron. I can do no wrong.
You ought to smile, Ron.
How in the world?
You ought to smile. Well, the timing, we alluded to it in the first game. Jerry Eckel just more lost than usual. That's the ball that's been making him all the money lately. The Thunderbolt. His timing's off. The previous frame on lane 13, he got the ball wide. Got a great break. Great strike. Completely errant shot on lane 14. Great break again.
This might be one of those situations opposite of what Jenny was talking about a little while ago. It's meant to be rather than not meant to be when you get breaks like that.
There you see him smiling a little bit. He says, I can't believe it. I didn't carry.
Right there to the right of Ron is Bob Schoemer's mom. Well, there's his dad, too. Cheering him on this morning.
And there's the 7-pin. Stops his string of strikes. And we had some, just take a brief minute here to run down a few of the cashers. Bill Heflin was in the 6th position last week here with 709. Ron Bonnert, 691. Alan Downs, we haven't seen enough of Alan this year.
He was our king last year.
Yeah, 690. Ralph Goyette, who lost in the roll-off prior to the telecast, was also in the top 10. And rounding out the top 10, Brent Schoemer, 680.
We will be qualifying today at Pinhouse Lanes in St. Bernard. That's where our show will be coming to you from next week, and qualifying will be going on at Holly Lanes.
Look forward to that. Bob Schoemer is going to do everything he can to make sure he is going to be there with us next week.
He's doing everything in his power, Tommy. He is just, with the exception of the mental lapse in the 6th, I think it was the 6th or 7th frame last game, and then in the 4th frame, he's been perfect.
One more will put him down 1 pin, won't it?
Exactly.
And as we've said, one bad frame is the difference between being our king and having to qualify next week to get on the show.
Exactly right. With this strike here, he can turn it into a 1-pin game. Let's watch.
Oh! Wow, he looked like he hit it pretty well.
Crucial shot. 9th frame can close the gap to 1. What's he do? He straps it for all it's worth, gives it all the trust and all the room in the world. Now the culprit's a 6-pin. Second one from the right-hand side of your screen. Look at it here. Up and around the 10-pin. Unscathed.
That 6 almost looks like it knew just what it was doing, doesn't it?
Or wasn't doing. Oh, wow. Concentration lapse?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. You come off of a string with a great shot. You pay the price, and then you get up there a little more quickly than you'd like, and you miss it. You can see he's disgusted with himself. He knows that that shot probably cost him a chance at coming back next week.
Well,
not out of it
yet.
yet.
I was going to say not over yet, but yeah, he was well aware, as you could see by the look on Bob Schoemer's face, that he had made a crucial mistake at this point in the match.
Well, there you can see it. 8th frame, 185, and then he opens 194. Ron Pollard with a spare here would have 206 plus the fill ball count. He would almost have to miss this and open in a 10th frame.
No chance.
No. Mathematically, it's
over.
Too long. Yeah, you're right, Tommy. It's you know, he's going to make a good champion. Ron's a great match play shooter, and we've locked horns several times. Late night when the rest of the folks have gone home.
Oh.
Just keep slipping into that dialect because it's St. Patty's Day.
Parade coming up a little bit later this afternoon. Well, as a matter of fact, right after we're finished up.
Well,
now, does this present? Did you say it is mathematically over?
Well, let me see here.
Yeah, we've been questioning Jen Dave's math for the last.
Mine's not too hot either, so I'll trust him.
If
3 for 3.
Here's the situation, Tommy. He better make this, because if let's say he takes 9 out, gives him 221 to finish. Bob Schoemer with 3 strikes in the 10 could go 224 and snap him off.
Whoa!
He's got to have this spare.
Let's watch.
Oh no!
And he will not get it.
A reprieve for the beef. A reprieve for the. Where's the beef? Here he comes. Now. That question had been asked in a few years, right? Well, we're going to ask it here on WLW. Where's the beef?
What's the beef made of? That's what
Yeah, we're going to find out. Situation's very, very easy. He must strike on this shot or the party is over.
We will see if Bob Schoemer can rise to the occasion here in the 10th. Must have a strike. And there it is. Boy, he just smoked the pocket there.
You tell what a guy's made out of when he needs one and the kind of strike he gets. You called it, Tommy. This is about as good as you want to see. 11th board, throws a little more speed. 1-3 pocket, annihilated, 10 pins in the pit. Every pin doing its job, and Bob Schoemer's going to do his job here. Again, repeat the scenario. If he does not strike on this ball, bye-bye.
What's going through a player's mind at this point? You know you have to do it, but
if you want to make a good shot, you get the mechanics working for you, not the emotion.
We'll see.
Oh
my, you talk about a break. He can't believe it.
Don't like the wind that way, Tommy. Trust me, you do not like the wind that way. He's ashamed of the shot.
However.
Yeah, well, watch it here. It hooks early. Right there, he was hitting 11 hooks. He knows it's a terrible shot. Is he going to get a break? You bet. That's the 3-pin going to the wall, wedging in between the 6 and the 10. Now, the situation is if he gets 8 pins, he wins by a stick. 7 is a tie. 6 is a loser. Look out.
Oh!
He's our winner, but he's not proud of how he did it.
But he is the winner, and we're going to be giving him a check. Yeah, that's all there is to it.
They're both laughing about it, Tommy. It was a comedy of errors.
Ronnie did have a broken. Ronnie had some nice breaks in that game.
He sure did. Our new champion is Bob Schoemer. We'll be back to hear from him in just a moment.
Last week during our untelevised Queen of Bowling, Regina Snodgrass shot a 638 at LaRue to become our top woman qualifier for the week. And Lee's Famous Recipe salutes Regina Snodgrass.
Honey, I know you've had a rough day. I'll stop by Lee's tonight.
We know what brings you back to Lee's Famous Recipe. Fresh, tender, moist chicken with that special home-style taste. And for vegetable lovers, buttery corn on the cob, creamy, crunchy, fresh salads, green beans cooked with chunks of country ham. We know what you want. Oh, yeah, you'll be back.
Lee's Famous Recipe, the great taste keeps you coming back.
Oh, Cleveland's got it all over Cincinnati.
Come on, Cincinnati's got the Bengals.
Cleveland's got the Browns.
Cincinnati's got the best college basketball.
Cleveland's in the NBA.
Cincinnati's got a fantastic riverfront.
Cleveland's got an entire lake.
We've got Cincinnati beer.
When it comes to a little friendly competition, nothing in the world beats the taste of a Cincinnati beer.
Mark! Hey, Mark! I see you got one of those rhinos. Next thing you know, he's going to tell us it's got horns.
Unleash your game. Roll a rhino. The Rhino. From Brunswick, a urethane ball designed for professional and high-performance bowlers.
Spring comes early at America's Choice. America's Choice is eager to announce our spring cleaning sale. Reduced prices on all 1987 homes and specials on all 88 models. It's your choice at America's Choice. Free microwave, free washer and dryer, or free park rent. Come on by this weekend for all the exciting details. See why Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky are making America's Choice their choice in mobile homes. In Milford and Walton, Kentucky.
Welcome back, and David, I think you have some hardware to give away.
Yeah, a little hardware and a piece of paper. It was not a pretty sight, but a win is a win. $750, Bobby. We'll see you next week. Congratulations.
You keep bringing that up. It's not a pretty sight. He won. Leave him alone. Next week we'll be at Pinhouse.